Did you know that there are more than 10 quintillion insects alive on our planet right now? To put it into perspective, if you gathered all humans and multiplied them millions of times, you would still fall short of the number of insects on Earth. Most of them are completely harmless, some even help us survive by pollinating our crops, but a few have earned the title of the deadliest killers on the planet. Welcome to Curiometro, the channel where we measure curiosity in every video and bring you the most fascinating and surprising facts about the world around us. Stay until the end because I'll reveal which of these creatures has killed more humans than all the others combined. And I guarantee the answer will surprise you. Ready to discover who tops this chilling countdown? Number 10. Paper wasp. It originates from the European Mediterranean, but here's the alarming part. It has spread as an invasive species through North America, Australia, and New Zealand at an alarming rate. With its distinctive bright yellow body and reddish wings, this wasp can grow up to 15 millimeters and has one terrifying feature. Its smooth stinger allows it to strike repeatedly without dying, turning it into a biological war machine. Unlike bees that die after stinging once, this wasp can inject venom multiple times into the same victim. Its venom contains a lethal mix of melittin, phospholipase A2, and hyaluronidase. The latter acts as a spreading factor, allowing the other toxins to rapidly infiltrate tissue. The most terrifying part is that each sting sensitizes the immune system further, making the second attack potentially deadlier than the first. What makes this species especially dangerous is its chemical communication. When a wasp attacks, it releases alarm pheromones that can attract the entire colony within a 100-meter radius. Imagine, one irritated wasp can become a swarm of 300 attackers within seconds. Scientists have discovered that climate change is expanding its distribution into colder regions, where local populations have neither resistance nor awareness of its danger. Number 9. Killer caterpillar. It is found in the rainforests of southern Brazil, Paraguay, and specific regions of Argentina, especially in areas where deforestation has created the perfect microclimate for its spread. This caterpillar, measuring 4.5 to 7 centimeters, represents one of nature's deadliest designs. Its body is covered with exactly 2,000 microscopic hollow spines that work like biological syringes. Each spine contains between 0.1 and 0.3 nanoliters of venom, which means a single caterpillar can inject enough toxin to kill an adult. Its venom contains a unique combination of anticoagulants, fibrinolysins, and plasminogen activators. These substances work together to create what doctors call consumption coagulopathy, where blood literally loses its ability to clot. The result is terrifying: massive internal bleeding, cerebral hemorrhage, and multi-organ failure. Its brown-green coloration with patterns that mimic tree bark makes it practically invisible, especially during twilight hours when it is most active. Forest workers have developed specific detection techniques, including the use of UV lights that make the spines glow faintly. The most chilling part is that Lonomia caterpillars form groups of 20 to 50 individuals on a single tree, creating true death zones. A single accidental touch can expose you to toxins from multiple specimens. Forest firefighters have reported entire trees covered with these caterpillars, forcing them to close entire trails. Between 1989 and 2005, more than 650 cases of Lonomia poisoning were recorded in Brazil, with a mortality rate of 8%. The average time from contact to death is 48 hours, but in children it can be reduced to just 12 hours. Number 8. Africanized bee. It can be found from southern Brazil to the southern United States, expanding at a rate of about 300 kilometers per year since 1957. In 1956, Brazilian geneticist Warwick Kerr had what seemed like a noble mission: to create a hybrid bee that would produce more honey in tropical climates. He imported 35 African queen bees from Tanzania to cross them with European domestic bees. His plan was to create a more productive bee while keeping the European docility. However, on October 3, 1957, a visiting beekeeper accidentally removed the barriers that contained 26 hybrid queens. That day, the Frankenstein of the beekeeping world was born. Africanized bees have several traits that make them superior invaders. They reproduce faster, require less food, are more resistant to disease, and most importantly, their defensive response is 10 times faster than that of European bees. Their alarm system is triggered by vibrations that ordinary bees don't even detect. A typical colony can mobilize up to 8,000 defender bees in less than 30 seconds, creating a cloud of death that can cover an area of 150 square meters. Their pursuit ability is legendary. They can chase a victim for more than 800 meters, more than double the distance of common bees. Although their venom is not more potent than that of a regular bee, the deadly difference lies in the quantity. A European bee stings 2 to 3 times before dying, while an Africanized bee can sting up to 12 times. The lethal dose is about 10 stings per kilogram of body weight, but in massive attacks, victims have received more than 3,000 stings. They have caused an estimated $400 million in annual losses to the beekeeping industry in the Americas. Their aggressiveness has forced beekeepers to completely change management techniques, and many have abandoned the profession altogether. Ironically, they have also shown greater resistance to the Varroa destructor mite, the main cause of colony collapse worldwide. Some scientists are studying whether they could be part of the solution to the global bee crisis. Number 7. Dinoponera ant. It is found deep in the Amazon basin of Brazil, Peru, Guyana, and Suriname, specifically in areas where sunlight barely penetrates the forest canopy. Reaching up to 4.5 centimeters in length, these ants are larger than many beetles and represent an extraordinary example of gigantism in the insect world. Their size makes them apex predators in their ecosystem, capable of hunting prey that other ants wouldn't even consider. Unlike most ants, Dinoponera do not have traditional queens. They form small colonies of 50 to 100 individuals where the largest females, called gamergates, violently compete for the right to reproduce. This social structure makes them extraordinarily aggressive, as every individual is constantly fighting for reproductive status. Their venom contains Dinoponera toxin, a neurotoxin that specifically targets sodium channels in the nervous system, causing an electrical overload in the nerve endings. A single sting can cause pain lasting 24 hours, accompanied by heavy sweating, nausea, vomiting, and in extreme cases, seizures. The Satere-Mawe tribe of northern Brazil has incorporated these ants into their male initiation rituals for more than 800 years. Teenagers must insert their hands into woven fiber gloves filled with dozens of live ants. The ritual, known as Festa da Tucandeira, must be repeated 20 times over several months. Those who complete the trial are considered invincible warriors. They are solitary hunters capable of taking down prey 15 times their own size. Their technique involves immobilizing with venom, then systematically dismembering the victim to carry it back to the nest. When threatened, they raise their abdomen and release pheromones that can summon reinforcements from up to 80 meters away. Number 6. Giant Amazonian centipede. Found in the rainforests of Venezuela, Brazil, Colombia, Guyana, and Caribbean islands, especially in caves and areas of high humidity. Reaching up to 35 centimeters in length, this centipede is larger than many snakes and represents a body design that has remained virtually unchanged for 400 million years. Its segmented body with 23 pairs of legs turns it into a movement machine that can reach speeds of 40 centimeters per second. Unlike other centipedes, Scolopendra gigantea regularly hunts vertebrates. It feeds on bats, lizards, frogs, small birds, and even young snakes. Its nocturnal hunting technique is so effective that it can hang from cave ceilings and snatch bats in mid-flight. Its modified fangs inject a cocktail of proteolytic enzymes, hyaluronidase, and cytolytic compounds that literally liquefy the internal organs of its prey. In humans, it causes excruciating pain, massive swelling, fever, heart arrhythmias, and in extreme cases, anaphylactic shock. It can survive fully submerged for up to 4 hours, which explains its ability to enter homes through pipes. Its exoskeleton can withstand the pressure of being stepped on by an adult, and it can regenerate lost legs after combat. Number 5. Tsetse fly. It is found in the sub-Saharan savanna, especially in a belt stretching from Senegal to Kenya, covering 37 African countries. There are 31 species of tsetse fly, but only 6 transmit African trypanosomiasis. Its bite is almost imperceptible, yet it can inject trypanosoma parasites that travel directly to the central nervous system. This seemingly harmless fly has shaped the history of Africa more than any other insect. Unlike other flies, the tsetse does not lay eggs. It develops larvae individually inside its body, feeding them with glandular secretions until they are ready to pupate. This unique reproductive strategy means that every fly is an evolutionary prize, into which enormous resources have been invested to produce resilient offspring. The trypanosoma parasites cause 2 forms of trypanosomiasis. The acute East African form kills within weeks, while the chronic West African form can take years to manifest. Symptoms include fever, headaches, joint pain, itching, confusion, sensory disturbances, and eventually sleep disorders that give the disease its name. The tsetse fly has prevented the development of livestock farming across 10 million square kilometers of Africa. Annual economic losses are estimated at $4.5 billion. Regions that could feed millions remain underdeveloped because of this tiny insect. According to the World Health Organization, it causes around 10,000 deaths each year, but an estimated 65 million people live at risk. The disease can incubate for months or even years, allowing victims to spread it unknowingly. Number 4. Black-legged tick. Found in temperate forests of North America, especially in the northeastern United States, Canada, and the Great Lakes region. About the size of a poppy seed in its nymph stage, this tick can transmit not only Lyme disease but also anaplasmosis, babesiosis, ehrlichiosis, and Powassan virus. Its bite is completely painless thanks to natural anesthetics in its saliva. It can survive for 2 years without feeding, patiently waiting in vegetation until it detects carbon dioxide, body heat, or vibrations from a potential host. Its ability to endure extreme conditions makes it a persistent threat. More than 476,000 cases are diagnosed annually in the United States, but the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate the real number could be 10 times higher. Without treatment, the bacterium Borrelia burgdorferi can cause chronic arthritis, heart problems, neurological disorders, and permanent cognitive decline. Climate change is expanding its range north into Canada and into higher altitudes. Areas once considered safe now report Lyme cases, including parts of Alberta and British Columbia. A single tick can transmit multiple pathogens simultaneously. Number 3. Tarantula hawk wasp. It can be found from Mexico's Sonoran Desert to the Argentine Pampas, with the greatest diversity in the southwestern United States. With wings spanning up to 11 centimeters, these wasps specialize in hunting tarantulas that can be 10 times heavier than they are. Their bright orange wings and metallic black body are not only beautiful but also a clear warning of their danger. They rank second on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, surpassed only by the bullet ant. Justin Schmidt, who created the index, described the sting as blinding, electric, completely debilitating. The pain is so intense that the victim can do nothing but scream and writhe for 3 to 5 minutes. They locate tarantulas using seismic vibrations, then paralyze them with a precise sting that doesn't kill but leaves them conscious and immobile. The wasp drags the paralyzed spider into its burrow, lays an egg on its abdomen, and the larva feeds on the tarantula alive for weeks. Their venom contains a unique mix of neurotoxins that specifically target sodium and potassium channels in the nervous system. Unlike other venoms that cause tissue damage, this one is designed to deliver maximum pain without permanent injury, presumably as a defense against predators. They are solitary except during mating. Only the females hunt tarantulas while males feed on nectar. Their flight is clumsy and noisy, but they are practically immune to predation thanks to their reputation for pain. They can detect tarantulas buried underground using chemoreceptors on their antennae. Their stinger can pierce thick leather gloves, and some species can paralyze tarantulas the size of a dinner plate. Number 2. Bullet ant. It is found in tropical rainforests from Nicaragua to Paraguay, with the highest concentration in the Amazon basin. At 2.5 centimeters long, these ants hold the number 1 spot on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index. Their name comes from testimonies comparing their sting to being shot with a bullet. The pain is so intense it can completely incapacitate an adult for hours. Their venom contains ponerotoxin, a neurotoxin that specifically targets sodium channels in the peripheral nervous system. They live in colonies of 1,000 to 2,500 individuals in nests built at the base of trees. Their social organization is more complex than that of many other ant species, with specialized castes and a sophisticated chemical communication system. A single sting can cause pain lasting 24 hours, accompanied by trembling, profuse sweating, nausea, and, in some cases, seizures. The pain is described as waves of burning fire, radiating from the sting site. When threatened, they release alarm pheromones that can summon ants from a radius of 40 meters. Their sting is so painful that most predators learn to avoid them after a single encounter. Number 1. Mosquito. Found on every continent except Antarctica, with more than 3,500 described species. Mosquitoes have killed more humans than all wars, plagues, and natural disasters combined. It's estimated they have caused the death of over 52 billion people throughout human history, roughly half of all the humans who have ever lived. Mosquitoes transmit more than 100 different pathogens, including malaria, dengue, Zika, yellow fever, chikungunya, West Nile virus, Japanese encephalitis, and Rift Valley fever. Each species has specific preferences for different pathogens and hosts. Malaria alone, transmitted by Anopheles mosquitoes, infects 247 million people annually and kills more than 619,000. It is especially devastating for children under 5, who represent 76% of all malaria deaths. Dengue, transmitted by Aedes aegypti, has increased 8-fold in the last 2 decades. It infects 390 million people annually in more than 100 countries. Mosquitoes have developed resistance to virtually every known insecticide. A single female can lay up to 300 eggs per reproductive cycle and can complete a cycle every 7 to 10 days. Under optimal conditions, one female can produce more than 1,000 offspring in a single month. And there you have it. From the invasive wasp to the mosquito, the silent killer that has shaped human history. What impacts me most is that the #1 spot on our list doesn't need lethal venom or extreme pain to be the deadliest. It simply is the perfect vector to carry death. Now I want to know your opinion. Have you ever had a close encounter with any of these insects? Tell me in the comments which one you find the most terrifying and share any experiences you've had with dangerous bugs. If this video fascinated you as much as it did me, give it a like and share it with that friend who always says they're not afraid of creepy crawlies. Subscribe to Curiometro and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content that challenges everything you thought you knew about our world. Your curiosity drives our content, and I'm waiting for your suggestions. See you in the next video.